guys, Saru here. I think my mic is off because...
No, hold on.
Is my mic on? So, we're doing this a different format. Let me know if you can hear me.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's on.
Okay, it is on. Okay, sweet. So, it's weird. The camera looks a little different. I'm using the computer's webcam so that we can do... so that we can use OBS. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, I guess. Now, before we start, we're going to go ahead and talk about what we're going to do later. Just like we do every week, we... What happened?
Are we going to have some Tokyo ruining tonight?
Hopefully. Hopefully someone can come and ruin our Tokyo tonight. Oh, sweet. This is cool. I can actually see the chat while you guys are chatting. I don't need a computer. Look at that. All right, so as usual, we do a weekly giveaway where we give away two free games every week based on everyone's entries from the previous week that we had on the last live. The live right now doesn't have the correct information. I'm going to have to update that, so I'll go ahead and put my computer here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me.
I sent I put the
my link.
On the,
I have like 3 keyboards in front of me right now. It's weird. But, is this camera too close? Should I be further away from everything? DC Radiah says, hey, what's... Oh, no, he's talking to Rand. Randrick is here. DC Radiah is here. Gamer's Life is here.
Nightmare Eternal.
Nightmare Eternal is here. What's up, man? That's Gurmis. So, we've got quite a bit of people. We actually didn't have a chance to... tell everybody that we were going live, so we might have a lot less people here today because of that. So we'll see here. Did you guys hear the audio of the intro when we played the intro before everything started?
You can do it's on there.
You Can Do It's here. What's up, You Can Do It? You Can Do It is an awesome Japan vlog channel. Check him out if you're into seeing things about Japan. Krillin is here too. What's up, Krillin? Krillin was this channel's first moderator.
Gamer's Life was like, yes, audio was good and liked the intro.
Sweet. That's awesome. Now, I didn't get a chance to pull out all of the games. What is this? J, and K, H, and J.
Been super busy today.
I know, dude. Today has been super crazy trying to figure out OBS before we started. We still can't get it to where it's not as pixely. Like, if you can see, like, it's super pixely still. I think that's a problem with OBS. We're not really sure how to change that with it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to do another... Are we doing a live giveaway this week as well?
No, we're only doing it once a month.
Oh, okay. So last week was the first time?
Yeah, first time. First of the month.
Gotcha. Okay, so today we're not doing a live giveaway, but we're doing the regular... the 2 giveaways that we did from last week. OBS is a confusing beast. Yeah, it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the games, and we will announce the winners later. So we're not gonna, if we're not gonna do a midstream thing, when am I gonna have a chance to find the rest of this stuff?
No, people can do the contest during you find it.
For next week's?
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the first cue card game. Today we're gonna do H, I, and J, but I've only pulled out H and I. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first game. This is, where's my camera? Sorry, I gotta get used to this new format. This is Honey in the Sky. Honey in the Sky is a shooter with this Haniwa doll. And it's a pretty cool game. I like it a lot. There's 2 games in the Honey series. Honey in the Sky and Smells Like Japan. Honey in the Sky and Honey on the Road. I only have Honey in the Sky and not Honey on the Road. This is a cue card game. Nowadays you can get it for fairly cheap. Probably around $30–40, I want to say. Are you trying to get me to log into that? Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, the pin is... That's odd. Alright, now you're ready. You can do music. That's what I was wondering. why it was so quiet. Since we don't have any music happening right now. Who do we have here? Keyboard Kitty is here. What's up, Keyboard Kitty? Keyboard Kitty Cat. H is for hentai, which is good enough for me. It's funny because I don't think I have any hentai games in this stack. I think they're all pretty tame. So no anime titty games today. We're hoping at some point. Love this woman. Oh. Alright, so the next game is a Super CD game. This one is called Hyper Wars. I'm still trying to get used to the camera here. Hyper Wars is a Super CD game. That's a like a strategy type one of those like build your robot type things and then watch them kick each other's asses. You don't actually control anything in this game. It's all just based on your character's stats and that kind of stuff. This game has amazing music. The gameplay, I mean, obviously there's no real gameplay unless you know some Japanese, but the music, if you like games like Gate of Thunder, Lords of Thunder, Sapphire, that type of hard rock soundtrack, this game has an amazing soundtrack. If anything, just get this game for the soundtrack alone, because you can buy it for like $8, I think, is what I paid for this. I think I paid like either $8 or $10 for this game. And the music is great. The music is the tittiest. The tittiest of all titties. Randrick says, is that Ray from Sailor Moon playing the arcade? That's Mars. What's her name? Is Mars' name Ray? Yeah, it's Ray. Ray Hino? What's her name? I don't remember. Yeah, that's her. She's playing some games. She's trying to get good at Sailor V.
Get good.
Get good. Ray Hino. Yeah, that's what her name is. All right, going down the list. The next one is, what the hell does this say? I can't read the first kanjis, but the game is called...
Oh no, you can't read the first kanji.
I know, I can't, I can't read the kanjis. We're going to get an attack by someone who's going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe you can't read that. And you say you like Japanese games? Loser. This is Dodge Danpei. Dodge Danpei is based on the manga by the same name. And this game has been released on a bunch of other different things. And it's a dodgeball game, but not in the sense that where you like get to control things. And like, it's kind of like Captain Tsubasa. If you played a Captain Tsubasa game where you put in a bunch of commands, they do a bunch of stuff, and it's all like super flashy. This is a lot like Captain Tsubasa, but with this this series, Dodge Danpei. And the story of this is kind of weird. Like, I guess his father was like the dodgeball champion or something like that, and he's trying to follow in his dad's footsteps and realizes that he has like the flaming fingers that make him do things with balls. I don't know. It's a weird story, but the characters are really cute. All right, this next game here with weird sticker. This is kind of an underrated game for the PC Engine. This is called Hiho Densetsu, or Legend of Treasures. I think Hiho is precious treasures. I think what Hiho means. Kurisu no Boken, Chris's Adventure. So, The Legend of Precious Treasures, Chris's Adventure is what this translates to. And I think, like, if you look at the artwork, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artist Satoshi Urushihara. Satoshi Urushihara is, whoa, shut up, intro. Satoshi Urushihara did stuff like Plastic Little and a bunch of other shit. Langrisser, the Langrisser series. I think this is his artwork. I don't know. I don't want to say. If it is, it's somebody who draws a lot like him. Pat says, Dungeon Explorer, Devil's Crush, and Bloody Wolf have the best music. Oh, and Stage 3 of Dragon Spirit all get me so hyped. Yeah, those games all have really good music. Like, Dragon Spirit has some really good music, like, for a Hue card especially.
Daniel's here. Say hi.
Daniel Scheiba?
Yeah, Tree Gaming's here.
Hey, Daniel. I see Colin Swinburne is here. Colin, we sent you your Bakumatsu Rock yesterday, so you should be getting it soon. I think we sent that first class, so you'll probably get it here pretty quickly. So we hope you enjoy that. Who else is here? Intrigue Gaming is here. He says, what's up, fellas? What's up, Intrigue Gaming? I loved your last video, by the way. Really cool. Makes me want to go get that Diablo amiibo. Because I have that. I haven't even opened Diablo 3 for the Switch. So I think I need to go get me that Diabler amiibo. Diabler 3. Let's see. Krillin says, oh, he's talking to Tree Gaming. All right. Next on this list is something called High Grenader. I keep placing this like off the side because that's where my camera used to be. So High Grenader is a, what do you call this kind of game? Strategy, military strategy. So if you like things like Military Madness and that kind of thing, this is that type of game. And it's done by Renovation Game or Riot or Nippon Telenet. They're all pretty much different subsidiaries of the same company. Here's what the game looks like itself. I'm not sure how clearly that's going to show up, but the artwork is pretty cool in this game. I like it. Really good character design, and the game itself is all right. If you like those types of games, you'll like High Grenader. If you like military strategy type games, it's not a bad game. You can usually get it for really cheap. I think it does require some Japanese to play, to enjoy. Otherwise, you're just sitting there watching a bunch of things happen without any real understanding. All right, next one is Hellfire S. This one is a cool game. Hellfire S also came out for the Sega Genesis. It was just called Hellfire for the Sega Genesis. The Sega Genesis version and this one, as far as gameplay is concerned, are almost exactly the same, except that the Genesis version has parallax scrolling, and this one sadly does not have any parallax scrolling. But where this one is lacking in parallax scrolling, makes up for in CD quality music and great anime cutscenes with these two chicks here. And it just adds a really cool story that the original Hellfire did not have. And I love the character designs in this game. They're really good. And the game is fun. It's a fun shoot 'em up. It's starting to go up in price. I believe nowadays Hellfire goes for something like 50 or 60 bucks. And it's getting up there. Alright, that was all of the games in the H's. The next one is the only game I have that starts with an I. This is Iga Ninden Gao. Iga Ninden Gao by Nichibutsu is a ninja action game for the PC Engine. And it's pretty decent. It's not bad. It does have, like, it's one of those games with a ton of cheap hits, where characters are just placed in places where it's gonna hit you no matter what you do. So it's kind of a lot of those cheap hit enemies in this game, and they're just scattered pretty much all over the game. It makes it kind of annoying to play after a while because you're like, ah, damn, come on. But the game is not bad. It has really cool cutscenes. I love these little chibis here in the instruction manual. Look how cute they are. Isn't that cute? I love chibi stuff. I'm a big fan of chibi art. You don't see any of that in the game itself. The game has all this like more serious artwork in it, but the game is really cool nonetheless. All right, next is oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Next is a Mahjong game.
We can ask them how's the video quality.
Can you guys see this stuff clearly? Like when I have this. Is it like super, it used to be really pixely. I can't tell because on my screen it shows up really clearly, but...
Well, is it, okay.
Much better than last week.
Yes or no? Be better.
Is the quality better than... Zell says yes, I think. Randrick says yes, much better than last week. It's clear. I can see it fine. Excellent. Okay, good. Because we were having issues where I would show people stuff, and they were like, oh man, that looks like shit. So, I'm glad that you can actually see it now. I didn't even talk about this game. This game is Jantei Monogatari. Jantei Monogatari is a Mahjong game. The PC Engine has tons of Mahjong games with anime girls in it. But this one, what differentiates this one is that it actually has like a story. So you'll instead of just playing mahjong, it has like a story that you go through where they're like it's like a mystery, I guess, from what I gathered. And then like you encounter different people to fight, and then they unsolve the mystery by taking off all their clothes. I don't know, actually. I don't know if that's what it is. I didn't play enough of it because I don't know how to play mahjong. Someone needs to teach me how to play mahjong. I wish I knew. All right, we're almost pretty much through this stack here. The next game is one that everybody should know. This is Juoki. This is in the J's. I'm already in the J's. And this one is pretty much Altered Beast for the PC Engine. This is a Hue card, the Hue card version. I also have the Super CD version of this game. God, I feel like I'm super close to the camera. Maybe this camera's like, we need to make it smaller. Is it?
Yeah.
The Hue card version of this game is the superior version, in my opinion, on the Super CD, but it's not better than the Genesis version. The Genesis version is better than this one. Not by a lot, but it's definitely better.
Patrick said, is it bad as the Golden Axe on the PC Engine?
No. This is actually playable, Randrick. The Golden Axe on the PC Engine is garbage. It's so bad. I don't know why they did so badly with that game. Alright. Next up is... Who made this game? This is something called Jinmu Densho. Jinmu Densho is a Space Harrier clone, but you're like a flying samurai dude with a sword. There's no pictures on the back. It just says that it's made by Big Club, is the name of the company that made this. And on the back, it says Space Harrier type shooting. I guess to like, so people know what kind of game this is, they actually have to list here that it's like Space Harrier. And it is. It's pretty much Space Harrier with a samurai dude flying around. It's not the best game, but it's not bad. It's straightforward action. And it's an interesting game. For 30 bucks that you're going to pay for this, or less sometimes. I think I paid like 15 bucks for this, but I have seen it as high as 30. It's not a bad game. If you're looking to start off with some cheap games for your collection, it's not a bad one. It requires no Japanese to play.
Look at the chat.
Let's take a look at chat here for a second, guys. Let's see. Is it as bad as Golden Axe, Mahjong, Solitaire, or Group Mahjong? Are you saying that you know how to play Mahjong? Aaron said, I think that she knows. I love playing Mahjong Solitaire. How is that? Is that different from like normal Mahjong? Let's see. Pap Stobin says, nothing is as bad as Golden Axe on the PCE. It's the worst port in the history of video games. Yeah, it's pretty freaking bad. I might have to agree with you on being the worst port of anything ever. Randrick says, I have not played but heard so many bad things about it. Yeah, it's bad. And you can get it for pretty cheap. If you can get it for like 10 bucks, maybe pick it up. I don't even know if it's worth the 10 bucks that it would cost. I think I got it for like 400 yen in Japan, which is like less than $4, which I think is a decent price if you can get it for like 5 bucks. Major Havoc says, new here, like the show. Awesome. Hopefully you get to stick around if you're into old Japanese video games. That's what this channel is pretty much about, is old Japanese video games. Alright, next up is one of my favorite...
Yeah, someone asked a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Said, did you buy most of your games in Japan or order online?
So we got a huge number of our games in Japan. We did a lot of them when we started doing the live pickups on this show. That's when we started showing off all the stuff that we got in Japan. But I have ordered a lot online over the years. Like I'll order them from Japan online, like from places like Yahoo Auctions Japan, and I'll usually go through a proxy to get them. Sometimes I'll get lucky and get some on Amazon.jp, and they're usually pretty good about that kind of stuff. And now that we've been to Japan, I try to save any like heavy hitters for when I go to Japan, because I know I'm going to get them cheaper. So I'll just wait until I I go to Japan to buy the heavy hitters. But like the average, like middle tier games, if I find the middle to lower tier, almost all lower tier games I'll buy online, just so I don't have to worry about that shit when I go to Japan. So I hope that answers your question. It was kind of convoluted. Sorry about that. All right, the next one in this game is kind of one of the ones that's kind of in the heavy hitter category now. But this used to be more mid-tier. It's getting up there in price. Nowadays, you can get it for about $60, $70. Is Jackie Chan Action Kung Fu. One of my favorite games for the PC Engine. So much fun. If you've played the NES version of Jackie Chan Action Kung Fu, you pretty much kind of have an idea for what this game is going to be like. But this is one of my favorite hue cards for the system. It actually might be my favorite hue card, actually. It's a cross between this and Parasol Stars, which I don't have anymore. Somebody borrowed it and never gave it back. It's a common thing with many games of mine growing up. But I love this game. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Should read the chat.
Alright, let's look at chat here before we move on. Gamers Life says... Did I miss one? Paps Open says, I buy most of my Neo Geo right from eBay. Just got KOF 98 and Fatal Fury 3 about an hour ago. What are you getting them on? Neo Geo AES or MVS? Like, what do you get? I'm big into, like, I just recently started getting into MVS games. Because I bought one of those, like, cheap China MVS games. But I have like 2 MVS games. And that's it. I have... These are my only MVS games that I have. Is Tengai Makyo Shinden and The King of Fighters 96. This one is Kabuki Clash is what it's called in America. And those are my only 2 MVS. I would like to get more though, because I did buy from Alibaba. I bought one of these MVS consoles here. And at first I was like, this is going to be a huge piece of shit for $180, right? But it's actually not bad. There's a couple of things that are screwed up, like they screwed up the left and right audio, but you can easily fix that. I just haven't had the time to open it up, and I haven't pulled out my solder stuff. But it looks like there's an issue with one of the leads going to the audio, so it's a mono. But it's definitely, you can wire it for stereo pretty easy by just soldering the audio to the lead on the board, and you can fix that issue. But other than the mono sound, that's the only issue with this console. $180 from this Alibaba or AliExpress, what is it called now? Whatever, that Chinese website from a place called Body Harvest or something like that. And it's excellent. And it's basically, the board is an actual NVS MV1, what is it called? M1HC, I think is the board that's in here. I don't remember, but it's actual parts. Actual NVS board, just tied into a thing, connected to a controller board. And the cool thing about this controller board is you could use your Neo Geos, right? And you can also use Sega Saturn. These 2 ports here are for the Sega Saturn, which is pretty awesome. When you hit the power button here, it lights up like a little LED. And then on the back, you have connections galore. We have component connections. We have composite as well. We have S-Video. And we also have RGBS, which is the like the Sega Genesis Model 2 cable, which is awesome because you can buy that as a SCART cable too if you want to go SCART out. But you don't really need to go SCART out, considering that this does component out. That's all you really need is component out to an upscaler. Then you just take your thing and you're like, oh yeah. Oh wait, it's wrong. This way. Bam, like that. And that's what it looks like with the cartridge in. It's kind of tall, but it works, and I love it. And I can play Neo Geos, so I can get Neo Geo AES stuff now.
Someone said, just be careful with that thing. It will fry your OSSC.
It did! It did! Who said that? Where are you? Paps Tobin? It totally did. And I didn't even use SCART. It did it with, whatchamacallit. So, here's my OSSC. My OSSC stopped working after that. So now I gotta send this, oh shit. Now it's broken for sure. I gotta send this to, Carbon Industries, the people who make the HDMI GameCube adapter, they actually repair OSSCs, and they charge $30 to look at it, and then whatever the parts cost, which is not bad. And then like the labor. So if it takes them forever to do, it might end up being pretty expensive. But at the very least, it'll cost me 30 plus parts. I'm probably thinking it's going to cost me more like $60 or $70 to get this fixed. So that's the downside. And I didn't really know that before hooking this up. I don't know what they did. But next time around, what I've been doing is I've been using the S-Video out and to my, I have a RetroTink 2X. So I do S-Video to the RetroTink 2X, and it looks really good. Because the TV has an upscaler too, so the TV does a really good job upscaling it. It's only when I record that it looks kind of shitty, because when I record, the RetroTink 2X only does, it's only a line doubler, so it's only going to take that 240 signal and bump it up to 480. But, you know, it doesn't have to be super, like, crystal clear. As long as it's better than composite, I'm happy. But it's not a bad little thing. So, my favorite Neo Geo to collect for is the Neo Geo CD. I have maybe 60 Neo Geo CD games. I'm going to do a video talking about all my Neo Geo CD stuff, but I love the Neo Geo CD. I picked one up in 1999? 98? 99? Loading times for the Neo Geo can be shitty. Like, they are long. But, you know, if you have a CD-Z, it's not bad. And a lot of them are single load games, so it's pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. Those are great for the money. The JNX one is the one you want. Oh man, I do, but those JNX ones are like 400 bucks. That's the problem. Papstopper says, just be careful. Oh, okay, I already read all that. Neo Geo collecting is great. It's such a childhood dream come true. I'm going to be 42 in a couple of weeks, and that was a poor kid's fantasy. It so was. Do you know how much money I spent on Neo Geo in the arcade? When the Neo Geo CDs first came out, I desperately wanted one. But I couldn't get one because they were too expensive. So I ended up just buying like PC Engine arcade card stuff back then. And that was close enough for me. Jimmy Hoppa's online. What's up, Jimmy Hoppa? He says, hey, Saru. Was good chatting with you last night. Sorry, I was so drunk, though. Were you really? I thought you were just normal banter. I thought you were a little more sassy than normal, but it was fun. It was a good chat. Thank you for inviting me to that, by the way. I always have fun chatting with you guys. I like shooting the shit in a kind of unfiltered fashion. But not that I'm filtered on my channel. You know, I don't really give a shit. All right. So, let's see here. Daniel Lupa says, Jimmy, my love. What is Tuxedo Mask 23 says, I'm very much considering collecting for Neo Geo CD. I love the Neo Geo CD, but forget trying to play like King of Fighters anything. Like King of Fighters 94 and 95 load pretty good. But once you get to King of Fighters 96, 97, 90, anything past 96, load times are shit. If you're a fan of Last Blade, well, you're going to get fucked because Last Blade's loading times are horrible. Super slow. Let's see here. I was cool seeing Jimmy like that. Seeing Jimmy like what? What did Jimmy do? Did he take off his shirt again? It says, hey Daniel, yeah, Saru, I was something like 12-pack deep. No, you were not. You were fine. You were maybe just a little sassy. Damn, 12? You were pretty cool. If you were 12 deep, then you're a really coherent drunk.
Right?
Because if I was 12 deep, I would be dead.
I do like 3 and I'm done.
Reluctant Hero says, what's up, Saru? I had such tunnel vision for Nintendo as a kid. Damn, this chat. Stop. Even consider the AES. For me, Neo Geo was something to pay in the arcade at the laundromat. Dude, I used to play Neo Geo at the laundromat. That was like my favorite thing. I even talked about it in my Toki video. I talked about how I would go to the laundromat and play Toki and Neo Geo stuff, because it was like, at this arcade they had, at that time, it was like Golden Axe, Toki, and a Neo Geo cabinet. So I would always go and play Neo Geo at this arcade. And I would literally spend if I had just saved them, but I mean, like, we weren't good at saving money. And my mom had a job where she got tips, and so she would bring home the tips, and I would steal the tips and go play games. And she never knew, she never questioned, but she always had like a huge jar of tips, and I would just grab money out of the tip jar to go play Neo Geo. Because at the time I was only buying like TurboGrafx or PC Engine games at the time, the occasional like Super Famicom game, but I was pretty poor growing up, so Neo Geo was an impossibility for me at that time. I was lucky enough to have the TurboGrafx CD as a kid and a Super Nintendo. Let's see here. So, I used to drink a case of Amstel while playing the Street Fighter Alpha Dramatic Battle drinking game. Best video game drinking game ever. Is it really? How does that work? Oh man, is that a bear? Give me a burr. That's not a bear, that's an angry orchid. Alright, let's see. Colin says, where he tries to match Jimmy drink for a drink. Dude, Jimmy, oh my god. Jimmy, you drank with Kid Shoryuken, didn't you? Like, Kid Shoryuken drank me under the table. Like, I couldn't, by the end of the night, I couldn't even hold my head in my hands. I was so drunk. And he was just like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. Like, he was still good after that many drinks. I guess I'm just a lightweight. Reluctant Hero says, when I was a kid, I was lucky to get 2 games per year. Birthday and Christmas, both in September. Or, I'm sorry, both in December. So, I was, my parents were divorced. And I lived with my mom's, and my mom's, she didn't really make like the best decisions, so we were always pretty poor. But as a child of divorce, I always got like presents. Like I would get one from my mom, and then I would get like usually cool shit from my dad, or he'd give me money, and it would all go to PC Engine or TurboGrafx, and that's where my money ended up most of the time. Sorry, super thirsty. All right, let's see, what did I miss here? I saved for a year to get a Genesis. It's funny because I actually one year went to go get the Genesis and ended up getting a Super Nintendo. Completely because it was just it was a random thing. My dad was just like, "You want to get a Super Nintendo? All those kids are playing Super Nintendo." I'm like, "Is this? Are you tricking me right now? What's going on?" Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and update really quick here the live thing, because it's all wrong, and I need to put the Gleam stuff in there. And, so please talk amongst yourselves. Tell me your stories.
I just put the Gleam.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so people can do it now if they want.
Sweet. Y'all do that. So, Jesse just posted the link to this week's Gleam for next week. So, why don't you go ahead and click on that link and just answer some questions. Or if you don't want to, like, follow me on anything, you don't have to. We do have questions, and those questions are worth 1 entry each. And I like doing the questions. They're fun, so please answer them. I like reading them out loud every week. How many people do we have in here, by the way? Where's the counter? We have 19 people. That's surprising because we didn't...
25 now.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. YouTube says 25, but it says 19 over here. It says 27 watching on YouTube now and 19 on the ticker. The ticker shows 19, but YouTube says it's 27. Wow. That's cool. Maybe we don't have to advertise it anymore. People are starting to just come by their own volition. That's rad. Alright. I'm gonna...
Jimmy says, I've gotten drunk just to excuse myself from making stupid video game purchases. Yes.
Just, really? When I drink, that's when I make my stupidest video game purchases. I'm drink right now. If I'm drinking, like, I get brave, and then I start buying stuff. That's when I want to buy everything.
They start coming.
Yep. That's when I buy. Never drunk eBay. That Pabst Oben. That's how I spend a good deal on my money is drunken eBay. I will I will get drunk and go on eBay, and then there's like there's no barrier. There's no common sense anymore. What the fuck was I doing? I was updating something. Oh, your Gleam thing. I need to add the Gleam link. There we go. It's still got last week's. Enter to win prizes 8. That's the new one, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you for updating that, by the way, with all the craziness that's going on. Today's been crazy.
Yeah, look at all these comments.
Am I missing stuff? Let me read some stuff here before I go forward. Oh, I missed a bunch of shit. Alright.
I am drink.
I am drink. I am so drink right now.
Never drunk eBay. Oh, that's what it is.
What, drunk eBay?
Like, what the hell? Where did I buy this?
Yep. DC Redaya says, Gleam! Kenzaru Z says, like this video, everyone. Yes, please like the video.
Christopher also said it earlier. So thanks, Christopher.
Christopher?
DC Redaya.
Oh, did he? Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, like the stream, guys. That really helps get people to check this out. You can do it. Says, I am error.
I am error.
What was that from? Metal Gear, right? That was the thing in Metal Gear? I am error? Or was it Link to the Past? I don't remember. One of those two had, like, weird messages. Let's see here. Pap says, holy crap. I've made some outrageous eBay purchases sloshed. Yep. Last time I got drunk, it was last summer in Tokyo. Really? Did getting drunk ruin your Tokyo, or did it enhance your Tokyo experience?
See you later, Krillin.
Krillin, thanks for stopping by. Speaking of Krillin, we need to add another mod here. Who do we have? Daniel Scheibuck's a mod. Colin's a mod. Oh, maybe not. I didn't realize that we had more mods. We got mods. We got mods for days. Mods. Pap Stobin says, and that's a dangerous thing, especially with a credit card in your pocket. Yep. Sure is. Zelda 2 Link's Adventure. Yep, that's right. Nightmare Eternal says, it was from the original NES Zelda 2. Randrick says, I went to a yakiniku restaurant in Kabukicho and got 500 yen all you can drink. Damn, 500 yen? When was this? Because the all you can drink is Nomi Hodai. Nomi Hodai is normally like 20 bucks at like Wara Wara, because like Wara Wara is like the only thing that's like open in a lot of places, and they would do Nomi all you can drink for 20 bucks. Colin says, I'm more of a rocker than a mod. You're a rock star. Daniel Shive says, I've been buzzed but never drink. I don't drink like all the time. I drink actually very seldomly, and usually only socially, but when I'm drinking socially, because I don't drink, I'm just like, ugh. It's fun. It's fun to do it with friends, you know. It's fun to do it with friends, drunk, because then you don't remember what happened the next day, so there's no guilt. All right. I just updated the Gleam on. No, I didn't. I am error because I did not update it.
I am error.
I am error. Give me 1 second. That is last week's. VGST, PC Engine, blah, blah, blah.
420.
420. Funny thing is that even though that's legal here in Nevada, there's a lot of companies, like, you still can't do that. Because if you work for a privately owned company, that's an issue. So I will not deny or confirm such activities. All right. Wow, it says we have 29 people on right now, according to YouTube's. Can somebody check to see if the Gleam link is the new one? Because I'm on this computer, and I don't want to. It is a new one. Did you just check it?
Yeah, I just sent it right now.
No, not in the chat. In the description of it. In the chat description. All right, guys. Let me go ahead. By the way, the last game that I was going to show was Jack Nicklaus Golf for the PC Engine. I don't like golf games unless they're like fantasy golf, so to this one. And that's the end of all the games forever.
Okay, we'll change it after. If I'm keep reposting it.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and enter the Gleam, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and look for some more games
Newbie is
here.
the one who's posting it.
Yeah, check under Newbie guy. Newbie just posted
So
that thing.
what the contest is. There's new people in here.
Oh, is there new people here?
Yep.
So, by the way, guys, for those of you who don't know, that Gleam link is for our weekly giveaway. We give away 2 free Japanese games every single week. And sometimes on this live, we will do a live giveaway on the chat once a month, making that 3 games that we give away for that particular week, which was last week. So it won't be another 2 lives before we do another giveaway again. So if you're new to the channel, please check out that link for your chance to win. The chances are pretty good that somebody will win. Some people have even won twice doing these lives. Alright, so talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to look for some games really quick because I was a butt and I didn't look for this stuff. And I wanted to go in order with them, but I can't find shit.
I can rarely get the Patreon Gleam entry to verify my Patreon account.
What happened? Is that what somebody said?
I can rarely get the Patreon Gleam entry to verify my Patreon.
Daniel Scheibeck says Patriots or Rams. I don't do football. I don't know my footballs. When is what was I saying? When is Super Bowl? That's next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next Sunday? Or is it tomorrow?
It's,
Super Bowl tomorrow.
Super Bowl.
Bowl.
You almost...
Super Bowl.
You hit the...
It's the Super Bowl.
You're gonna drop your computer.
I don't care. I don't care. I'll drop it. I do what I want.
I was the winningest the other week.
Who was?
Colin.
Colin was the winningest. Was he the winningest? Oh yeah, he was the Bakumatsu Rec.
Yep.
We had who was the other winningest?
Aaron.
Oh, was it?
Was
it Aaron last week?
It was last week. Aaron and Randrick. Randrick won the.
Oh no, Colin was the week before, right? Okay.
With George.
I'm losing track. We've already given away so much shit that I don't know anymore. I know Aaron and Chris both won. So 2 wins within the same household. And then we had one person who won twice, didn't we? Didn't we have Daniel Scheibuck won?
Yeah, he won one.
Won a couple things?
Yeah, we're gonna be sending him a box with all his stuff. Poor guy.
Who? Daniel Scheibuck?
Yeah, he has a ton of stuff.
We should send Daniel one of his boxes now.
Yeah, we're gonna send him with posters.
Yeah, and then when we get the rest of the stuff, we'll send him another box. Because it's going to be the same thing, because it's just going to be way heavy. So it'll be better if we send him one box, and then we'll send him another one later. Man, I can't find...
So what are you guys playing right now? What kind of retro games are you guys playing right now?
Yeah, what are some of your favorite retro games that you guys are playing right now? Where's the Ruin Your Tokyo hat? You should wear that and come over here and ask questions.
Huh?
The Ruin Your Tokyo thing.
Oh.
You want to grab it and then sit here and ask questions? Come on, do it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'm already buzzed.
I'm playing Blue Stinger on Dreamcast. That's a cool one. Are you going to send all my stuff in one box with FX Unit? You got a reorder, right, Randrick? Of FX Unit Yuki? If so, then yes. We're going to have to wait until we get the reorders. He says, Jesse, come on camera. Here you go. Here, I'll let you go. Bye. Oh, sorry. So, what are some of the retro games? What other retro games are you guys playing other than Blue Stinger? Oh my god, this has got a mouth in it. That's awesome. I didn't even know that. Let me see. Oh, I just like stabbed you in the face.
You did.
That's so cool. Dude, that's funny. Yo, you're just gonna like creepily stare at them. Oh man, it's so funny. Just be like, hello. I don't say things. I just stare. Stare into my eyes. Stare into my eyes. I will
This
stare
is now
into
Dance Bear
yours.
Dance.
Huh? Dance, monkey, dance. Dance, dance.
Where did you get this at?
Dance. Which one?
This thing?
At the supermarket, of all places. I got it at Smith's.
I'm not even drinking out of my mouth. It's like under the chin. Or
Really?
it's creepy.
Can you actually like drink?
Yeah, I can drink.
Dude, that's awesome. Kawa no nushi turi shinzetsu sasis mama spot. I can't read words. I don't know words.
People are gonna join and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I know. We're gonna get some new people. They're gonna be like, "What?
What am I watching?
World is going on this channel? What is happening on this channel?" You don't worry about
Here
it.
we go. I love the power line shirt.
You should
Oh,
shut up and watch. What?
that's the power line shirt that I have on.
I know. Tell them how many Powerline shirts.
I got 3.
3 Powerline shirts. Why? Who knows? What was the joke? Why? I actually don't know. Why did you have 3 Powerline?
Well, our friend George, every time we'd see him, we would see him like every other day or every other week, and I would wear this shirt. So every time I'd see him, I would wear this shirt, and he didn't know that. He asked me like, "Why do you keep wearing this shirt? Is that the only shirt you have?" I was like, "No, it's just a weird coincidence that every time I see you, I have this shirt on." So I made it a thing where every time I see him, I'm gonna wear this shirt. But someone told him and kind of ruined it, and I'm like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
So they probably think you were just some like dirty ass who like wore the
Yeah.
same shirt all the time. That's so funny.
She checked my motherboard. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" Randrick said, "My girlfriend is right next to me on her computer. If she checked her monitor, she's gonna be like, 'What the fuck is this?'"
That's awesome.
And I can kind of see too.
Really?
My wife stops
Ow.
stressing about my weird live streaming. You okay?
I just kicking stuff around. I'm just gonna kick some shit around. Okay. I'm gonna kick some stuff. I wanna kick some shit. Really? Really?
What are you drinking?
Your mom.
So I'm drinking
What is it called?
Angry Orchard,
Orchid.
Orchid, whatever. Same thing.
Angry Orchid.
Hard cider, easy apple.
Angry Orchid. Hard cider. Cider.
It's my boy. How long you been streaming for, Genovi?
Genovi! What's up,
You
Genovi?
should say hi. He's gonna think that you're on the thing.
Genovi, I'm right here. I'm on the floor. I'm looking for stuff.
Do a cute pose. I need a new phone picture.
Huh?
Cute pose.
You?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Alright, fuck it. We'll just do these.
Okay.
We'll do these games. Alright, you exit that way.
That way.
Get out of here. Get out of here, panda. Ugh. Perverted panda. He actually has a face. But his face is a secret. Did you get super hot in that?
Yeah.
Dude, because everything is on in this room. There's like 8 monitors, all these different lights.
I'm sweating.
Alright, what did I miss? I probably missed a lot, huh? Did anyone ask like any
I don't know. I can barely see through the
Relec-
thing.
Oh, sorry about that. Reluctant Hero says he's playing their RE2 remake. So is Randrick. Kenzaru says he's playing Ninja Gaiden 3. Ninja Gideon 3. I think that was a typo. I've also been playing Aero Dancing on Dreamcast. It's kind of fun. Is that like an airplane game? I'm assuming by that name. I thought I remember something that was like an anime thing for the Dreamcast that was like that. All right, RE remake, lots of RE remake. Nightmare Eternal says Magic Sword for the Neo Geo. Magic Sword? Magic Sword? You mean Magic Sword, the Capcom arcade game? If you're thinking Neo Geo, I think you're thinking Cross Swords. Cross Swords was a Neo Geo game. RE remake.
Okay, I had to explain to my girlfriend why there's a panda.
My girlfriend is right next to me on her computer, but she's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" My wife stopped stressing about my weird live streaming. Oh, is this something she complained about? Let's see. She just thinks it's weird porn cam show. Reluctant Hero. Not. Oh, he's talking around. Okay, let's see. Charming. Daniel Shybuck's going to bed, he says. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Genovi says, I see that. I just got off work. Sweet, man. Is Jimmy Hoppa still here? We have Genovi here. All sorts of awesome peeps. You Can Do It was in here earlier. We have no Reggie, but I didn't tell Reggie that I was going to be on, so he has no idea. I don't know. Maybe give him a... Let him know. I think he's busy right now, though. He's been busy. But, I mean, maybe let him know anyway. He might want to hop on. All right. The next ones are the Ks, because we were doing... What are we doing today? H, I, J, and K. The next one in the stack of Ks is something called Kawano Nushi... Something I can't read. Something about a... this is a fishing simulator, because you don't actually, like, really fish. You just kind of, like... it's a weird game. I can understand it. It's really heavy on kanji, but I bought it because it was cheap. It was like a $10 game. And I would like to get as many PC Engine games as I can, even the ones I can't play. Alright, next game here. Jimmy is still here. He says, yeah, still here, but lurking and cleaning up after the panda hat bit. Alright. Legend of River King, that's what it is. That's awesome. I'm glad that... Colin, do you have a PC Engine? Or did you play that, like, one of the Super Famicom ones? Because I know that game, that series is on other systems. There's some weird-ass sounds coming out of that music. Reluctant here says, yep, Magic Sword is on SNES. Zell says he's busy getting effed by zombies. What? Oh, on Resident Evil, I guess? Man, this chat is all over the place. He said, holy heck, I love that cover. Which one? The cover for this one? Genobi? It's cute, right? Yeah, too bad I do understand some Japanese. I just don't understand enough to enjoy it. So therefore, I don't care about that game very much. The next game here is some furry shit. This is K.O. Seiki. I don't know. I'm not sure what that kanji is. K.O. Beast. Sun something. God, my kanji sucks. But this here is based on an anime here. Really cute. And this actually has a lot of cool music. This is an RPG game. And I really wish this was in English, because it seems like a really cool RPG game with lots of awesome cutscenes in it, which is cool. Oh wait, Senshi. K.O. Senshi? Is that what it is? Senshi? Beast something. I can't read the other. Let me put it back here. Can you read what those other characters say? The first is obviously Sun something. I can't read the other ones. Sun. Oh wait, is that Senshi? So, I don't know. Which means soldier. Yeah, Senshi is soldier. Also, hi TK Engine.
Back here.
What happened? Can we show stuff?
Hold on, checking something really quick.
Can they still see me? Oh shoot, we got donations. Those are today?
Yeah, it's 11 minutes ago right here.
11 minutes ago, I got a donation from Nightmare Eternal, donated $10. He says, you guys are great. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for donating to the channel, man. You were awesome. Sorry we didn't see that, or weird. I didn't hear it. Is this... I'm guessing the volume...
No, it didn't pop up or anything.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
It didn't pop up on screen either, huh?
No, we're still messing around with...
So we're still learning the quirks of OBS live here. It's saying the alert box is showing, but it didn't... And it says 1 alert, but it didn't show up. Oh, do we have it? I think it has. I think the background might be the subscriber.
We tested it.
Did we?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm thinking the alert box might be behind the background graphic, but we didn't hear it either.
No, I didn't hear it.
Right? Because it makes a loud ass sound when you do it.
I did that. I did donation.
Oh, but I don't think we could see them while we're streaming live, right?
Yeah, we can. I think.
Do we? Randrick says, I'm sorry. Genobi says, so many good soundtracks on the PC. Shit, yeah, there are. Dude, the PC Engine has some of the best soundtracks in video game history. I don't know if that's true or not, but in my heart, I feel that the PC Engine, the TurboGrafx CD, has some of the best soundtracks ever. Anywho, yeah, this game here, KO, whatever, Beast something. I wish this game was in English. But maybe someday I'll actually sit down and try to play it with my limited Japanese knowledge, because it looks like a lot of fun. Alright, next game in the case is a fighting game in the Tengai Makyo series. This is Tengai Makyo Kabuki Ito Ryodan. Kabuki Ito Ryodan is a 2D fighting game for the arcade card. So if you have an arcade card, you can play this game. It's really awesome. If you liked Kabuki Clash on the Neo Geo, you will like this game as well, because it features all of those characters. Which is funny because the Tengai Makyo series started off on the PC Engine, and it was the PC Engine's largest, or I'm sorry, it was the largest RPG at the time when it came out. And the first RPG come out for a home console on CD format in Japan. TK Jin says, there, Kei Seiki, Beast Sanjushi, Gaia Fukatsu, Kanketsu Hen. Good lord.
Is Nightmare still on?
Nightmare Eternal, are you still on the chat? Because if you are, we owe you a doodle. We owe you a donation doodle. So let me know if you are, so I can ask you what you want me to doodle for you. Because I want to doodle for you, man.
Do a chibi.
You helped us out. I want to doodle a chibi for you. Let me draw you a chibi. Let me chibi your life. Thanks for posting that, TKJ. That's awesome. Let's see. It says, thanks, Nightmare. That's you. That dude on the cover is hair goals. I know, right? Like, this guy's hair is crazy. This character, his name is Kabuki Danjuro. Kabuki Danjuro is Happy Console Gamer's favorite video game character of all time. Nightmare Eternal is still here. Nightmare Eternal, what would you like me to doodle for you this week?
Oh crap! All that stuff is in this box.
Well, I can just do with a pen. Just any of those colored pens will do. Yeah, just give me a pen. It's good enough. And there's actually colored pens on that over there too, so we good. Don't worry about it. We good. Colin Swinburne says, I wish I had hair. That's okay. It just means that your head is more aerodynamic. Aerodynamic. So if you want to get shot out of a cannon anytime soon, that might work in your favor.
I'm trying to say, I put my son to sleep early so I can hop on and watch.
That's awesome. We are glad that you are here. We are glad everybody is here.
Oh look, it's TK Engine. He's the guy who let you borrow the Framemeister during Game On Expo.
Oh shit! That's right. I know who he is. He is friends. Sometimes people come on here with their names and I don't know who they are, but
thank you, man, for that.
Yeah, thanks for the info. Colin says, I beard, so I say my hair migrated. That's right. Your hair just moved to a different part of your head. It's all good. And the beard is the most important part. If I had to pick between the hair on the top of my head and my beard, I think I would choose the hair on top of my head. Because I don't know what my face looks like under all this. I grew this out when I was 18. I started growing this here. I have a picture of what I look like before facial hair, and someday I'll show it, but I don't want to show it because I was going through this whole, like, I need to look like a K-pop boy band member, and I look at it and I cringe. I was like, God, I look like such a I can't say that. I look like such a frou-frou, for lack of a better word. But if I had to choose, I'd keep the beard for sure. I would definitely keep the beard because I could be bald as long as I had a beard. So
If you want to see.
here's when I started growing my facial hair. Here is a Saru at a wee 18-year-old Saru right here, with face covered in acne. Look at on my cheeks. I've got all them pimples. That was a reoccurring thing. I worked at a Walmart when I was 18, 19. And that's when I first started growing my facial hair right there. And now it's all out of control. I just trimmed it. I have to trim it every other day or my hair just gets too crazy.
You look like a boy band refugee there. You look like you would be on some Arabic show.
Where? Who said that?
TK Jin.
He said, you look like you would be on some Arabic show. You mean now with the beard? Or then? Randrick says, hey, by the way, Saru, I joined your Facebook group last week. Sweet! A lot of people don't know this, but Retro Japan started off as a Facebook group, and then I decided to turn it into a channel. But 2 years ago, I created the group Retro Japan on Facebook, which you could get to by just going to facebook.com/Retro Japan /groups/Retro Japan. I'll often post it in the description. It's not in this description, but it did start off as a group. We did recently hit 1,000. Jesus. We hit 1,000 members on Retro Japan just a couple weeks ago, I think. Or if we haven't, we're like 999 or something. But if you're on Facebook, join Retro Japan. It's a cool group. Everyone shares like their pickups and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I like to see pictures and stuff. And then I post these videos on the Retro Japan Facebook group. But that's how it started off, is as a Facebook group. Alright, let's get back to games. Because I don't shut up. I've been there for about 18 months. Been where? On Retro Japan? Newbie guys, Randrick says, I don't post a lot on FB, but I like posting and seeing others pick up, so I might start doing this. That's awesome, you should. That would be... I love it when people share their stuff, because one, it's a conversation starter, right? When people share their stuff. One of our... oh shit, the battery on this. I don't need this, right? One of the moderators on Retro Japan, his name is Julius. Julius always has the best and the coolest shit. He posted this like Outrun like diorama with like the Ferrari and everything today on the group. Super cool. But like this guy buys like all of the coolest shit. And he shares it. He shares the pictures on the group. And I love it because he posts stuff that I've never even seen before. And I think he's awesome. That he is such a passionate collector for this stuff. Terminatsuti. Oh, hey. Yeah, I love to see stuff from Julius indeed. I know he always posts like the coolest shit. T-Kenjin says, are we talking about the same Julius? I think I follow him on IG. Yes, that is the same Julius.
He's the famous Julius.
I had to go back a bit to see a young Saru pic. Splendid. This is a Saru when I got my head out of my ass and decided to grow facial hair because that's what my face was suited for. But I will, if I can find this old, I have an old picture of me before I started doing, because I used to have like long hair and I used to dye like just like the tip. I didn't even like to talk about it because I don't know what was going through my mind and why I thought that was cool. But I think it was because at the time I used to hang out with a lot of Asian people. And so they did, I lived with a Korean family. It was always like the straight hair and everyone had like straight hair either over like one or other their eyes. I decided to go like down the middle and like split my hair and it looked super, super, I don't know. I don't want to say anything offensive. I looked odd when I look back at it. Let's see you with the 90s bleach blonde ramen style hair. I think Jesse's trying to look for a photo of that. I think did you look on that table?
Everything over there.
Oh, did you? Yeah, because I had a picture. I haven't uploaded it because I don't want anyone to actually see that I look like that. And I've had a goatee since the second half of my 18 years. I grew this out. And then in 2002, I grew out my beard, but it was really thin. And I would go from goatee to beard, and then finally in 2008, I stopped shaving the beard. So I've had the full beard for 10 years now. And I don't know what my face looks like under it, so I'm afraid. Hopefully I don't get like some like terrible accident or like I'm in a fire or something, because I would be scared. Alright, let's get back to games. The next game here is something called Kiaidan 00 or Kiaidan 00, which is the name of this big ass robot. This game is dope. Alright, this is a 2D side-scrolling horizontal shooter where you're this big like mech robot thing, and the intro is so like 80s giant robot intro, you know, like any of those like robot, just think of a robot show with that like super like epic robot show intro, and you got this game. And I love this game so much. I've had this one for this one was a recent purchase. I got this maybe like 4 or 5 years, 2012. What are we in? 6 years ago. I got this game, and I love it. I love this game. Okay, so I couldn't find any pictures of me. Here's some more pictures of me at a young 18 years old. Here's an 18-year-old Saru wearing, wait, no, this, I was older here, I think. How old was I here? This is 2000. I can tell because of the glasses. It was like 2000, 2001. I had these stupid ass glasses. Look at my face. I'm like, I don't like looking at these old pictures of me. I look at them and I'm like, ah, I look super weird. Anyway, highly recommend this game. Kiaidan 00. Excellent, excellent game. I think it's expensive now. I bought this back in the day for like 30 or 40 bucks. But the game is so good. Like, here's some screen. It looks blurry as shit to me, so I'm guessing you guys can't see that. But if you can find it, get it, because this game is awesome. Alright, next is, oh shit. Hold on, because I gotta look for one more game in this series before I continue. Oh. Now. Damn it, I had 2 of these too. I can't find the other one. Where are you? So there are 2 of these games here. This is Kaze no Densetsu Xanadu, Legend of Xanadu. I had these in the K's because on the database I used the PC Engine Daisakusen, and this is under the K's because it's called Kaze no Densetsu Xanadu. So Kaze is with a K, so that's where I put it. This game is an awesome, awesome, awesome game. It has 2 parts. It has like an overhead like RPG mode, and then when you get into like the action stages, the action stages are 2D action stages. I don't know if you can see that clearly or not, but this game is so good, so awesome. And based on the movie, I don't think this is based on a movie, but it's like part of the Xanadu games. Like Falcom has that Xanadu series, and this is part of the Xanadu. So like the NES had Fax Xanadu, which in Japan was just called Xanadu. It wasn't called Fax Xanadu. There we go. Okay. I think we have audio now. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Alright, good. So I had knocked out I knocked it out. Whoa, hold on, sorry. I'm getting like some sort of like weird like reverb here. Alright, let me know if you guys can still hear me, because I had to lower the volume on the actual mic, because the mic is playing audio for some stupid reason. Boom!
Very good.
Tokyo saved, yes. No Tokyo's ruined today. Alright, the last games I'm going to show you in the Ks are the Kaizo Chojin Shubibinman games. Is it Kaizo Chojin? Yeah. So the first one is Kaizo Chojin Shubibinman. This is the first one. We didn't get this game in America. The only game we got in America was Shockman. We'll talk about that later. But Kaizo Chojin is like superhuman, and like Shubibinman. Like Shubibin is like the sound of like electricity. Like in Japanese, it's what do you call those? Like an onomatopoeia. Overhauled man. It's funny because in like EGM and stuff, they would translate it as overhauled man. And I remember seeing that as a kid in one of the EGMs in 1992. There was like Overhauled Man 2, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this Overhauled Man game? It looks cool." And then we got one of these in the US. But Shubibinman is kind of like this one's an action platformer. You have like an overhead map, and you go to different places, and you use swords to attack in this game. Now the next game.
Read the comments.
Who said what? Because I'm talking.
The first game is effing hard.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that.
The first game is hard, and the first game is kind of. The first two games, in my opinion, are kind of broken. If you ask me. But the second game in the series is Kaizo Chojin Shubibinman 2. Aratanaru something. A new something? What is that? Aratanaru Teki. New adversaries, I think. Is that what that is? TK Jin? Teki? Foe? Yes. New foes, new enemies, because in this game it features these two new characters here, Mew and I don't remember what this guy's name is. This came out in America as Shockman, and Shockman, I have somewhere. I actually own Shockman, and Shockman was originally supposed to be Magical Chase. What had happened is, in America, we used to have a vendor called Turbo Zone Direct. And Turbo Zone Direct was like the one website you can go to and buy games 1992 and up. Once they started phasing out TurboGrafx in stores, Turbo Zone Direct started buying up a lot of that stock for really cheap and selling them to people. And they used to send out these mailers to people if you signed up for their thing. Or you could call it. In our case, I called the 800 number and signed up for it. And I bought my Super CD system card combo pack because I had a TurboGrafx CD. And with the TurboGrafx CD, in order to play Super CD games, you had to buy a Super CD system card. So I bought the Super CD system card pack, which was the card, Gate of Thunder, and Eastbook 1 and 2. For $100, you got all of that, which was a really good deal back when that first came out. And they sent it to me, and they were completely crushed. Like, the package was just smashed to shit. And I called, and I was like, what the hell, man? Like, these packages are like, they're garbage. And the guy's like, oh, we're really sorry. Let me talk to my manager and see what my manager has to say. So the guy came back, and he said, my manager said that we can send you a free game. And I said, send me cotton. Can you please send me cotton? And he goes, okay, let me check if we have that. And then he came back and he's like, we don't have cotton right now, but my manager says that if you like witch shooters, we have this game called Magical Chase. And I was like, oh, at the time, I didn't even know about Magical Chase. I didn't know what it was. It was one of the later titles in the TurboGrafx 16, and I had only seen like pictures in magazines, and I didn't know enough about it. And I was like, this game looks lame as shit. So I was like, okay, you can send me that. And then I was like, no, never mind. Send me Shockman. And so they sent me Shockman instead of Magical Chase because that's what I ended up changing my mind to. But if you see what Magical Chase goes for right now, I'm like... But, like, how was I supposed to know that it was going to be worth that much? But every time I look at my Shockman Hue card, I think about that time when I got that game. I know, it's super sad. But, I still love the Shockman series nonetheless. And this one is a good one. And this one is a straightforward, like, action game. And I did end up getting Magical Chase, eventually. I did finally end up picking it for the PC Engine. So I do own Magical Chase now, but the far less expensive Japanese version of Magical Chase, which does have a few differences from the Japanese one to the American one. All right, the last game in this stack of games, and that's pretty much all the games, is the last Kaizo Chojin Shubibin Man. This one's Kaizo Chojin Shubibin Man 3. Ikai no Princess, Princess from a Faraway Land, or yeah, I think that's Ikai, Far Off Land. This is a fun game. This one, they go back to the sword fighting in this one. Instead of projectiles, you have swords again, like you did in the first one. But this game features a CD soundtrack, which is a lot of fun. It features excellent character designs that I really love. And they even remix one of the songs from the second game that's really iconic. The music in the first stage from Shubibin Man 2, or Shockman, is remixed in the last stage. And I really like it. The sad thing about this game is that this game is super, super short. You can beat it in like 40 minutes. You can beat this game like super, super quick. But it's a lot of fun, and the Shubibin Man games I have a lot of good memories with these games, and I love it. And this is the cheapest one of the lot for some reason. You can get this one for like $30 when these here are, you know, $30 and $40. This one being the more expensive one of the lot for some reason. I don't know. Mine is all sun faded, and I thought I would want to buy a new one, but not at $40, you know, especially when I picked this one up for $20. I don't give a shit about the sun fade if it means saving half the money. Alright, so that is all of the games for this week. PC Engine games, H-I-J-K. Who? Colin? Oh, TK Jin? Wish I had gotten Magical Chase, but I never did. The US one? You're an import gamer too, right, TK Jin? You're talking about the PC Engine one, I'm assuming? Not the US one? I picked up this Magical Chase in my last trip to Japan. It was me, Jesse, and Crazy Cubano. We went to Japan, and we picked that one up in Mandarake for $300, which I thought was pretty good because nowadays you can't get, even the Japanese Magical Chase is a lot more expensive. And this is the PC Engine fan version, because there were two releases of this one, and this one is the re-release of it, the PC Engine fan version. But I don't know which one is the more rarer of the two. Because I think this one was, if I remember correctly, this one was released in smaller numbers than the original run of Magical Chase, if I remember correctly. All right, but that is all the games. We're going to go ahead and get into, what should we do first, the questions?
Yeah, the questions.
For last week?
So explain what's going on.
All right, for those of you who are new, every week we ask a couple questions on the Gleam for some entries to get your free stuff. And this week we're asking, what did we ask this week? This one here?
Yep.
All right, so this week we asked, it's answer a question. What was a retro video game you never finished but wish you had? Please explain. And we don't know who actually answered these because it doesn't tell us. It only tells us who entered for their entries. But one of them says, Skies of Arcadia. as well as Grandia 2. I traded in my Dreamcast console and games to fund the purchase of the original Xbox. Life now is a little busy for RPGs. Amen. I bought every version of Ys 8, and I haven't beat a single one. I have the PS4 Ys 8, the Switch Ys 8, the Vita Ys 8. 2 of them I haven't even opened yet. I opened the PS4 one because it was the first one I got. But I haven't even finished them yet. RPGs are so hard to play when you don't have money. Oh, and we have people answering here. It says, I'm going to win. Colin says, I'm going to win because I'm the winningest. Let's see. What did I miss here before we go on to the next question? It says, TK just says, yeah, man, I was talking about the PC Ninja version. That's pretty cheap considering. I just want one. What? But don't. Oh, I want one, but I want to pay for it. I know. Those prices are ridiculous, right? Randrick says, Castlevania 3. Nightmare Eternal says, Rygar. Dude, Rygar is hard as shit. Pap Stobin says, I hate every blessed Shin Megami Tensei and Persona game. Never beat any of them. I beat 3. I beat Persona 3, and I was like, this ending sucks. I got like a shitty ending in it. And then I got super far in Persona 4, the Golden. I didn't have the PS2 one. I actually started playing Persona 4 with the Golden on the Vita. But I never beat it, and I have yet to buy 5, because I don't know when I'm going to have the fucking time to play 5. Hopefully at some point soon. Alright, so let's go on with the questions here. Actually, before I move on, let's see if anyone else has any games that they said that they didn't beat. Timothy Vreeland, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. He said, I'm on my 4th go of Phantasy Star 1. Gonna finish this game. I want to get that Phantasy Star 1 remake that they have. There's a Sega Ages one that they did. Randrick says, I actually managed to beat Rygar as a kid. Papstoba says, it was the first hard RPG I ever beat as a kid. Phantasy Star 1. I never beat Phantasy Star 1. TJ says, 5 was so amazing. Lol. 5 what? Ys 5? Ys 5 was a piece of shit. I guess you're joking. I'm guessing you're being facetious. Colin says, I have the 2 Megami Tensei on the Famicom. I've yet to beat Ninja Ryu Kenden, which is Ninja Gaiden here. Persona 5. Oh, Persona 5. Was it really? Okay, so now I have to get it. I have to beat the Golden, and then I'll go get Persona 5. Timothy Relay says, yeah, I'm playing the Sega Ages version this time. I need to get that. Arcade Rygar, not the NES Rygar. Oh, yeah, Arcade Rygar. So dope. The NES one is actually different. All right, so we're going to go on to the next question here. I'm sorry, the next answer was what video game that you haven't finished and why. Somebody said Mega Man 2 or 3 because it was hard as shit for me. Play Mega Man 1, dude. By the way, if any of you guys answered these questions, sound off in the comments and let us know that it was you who asked this question, because that would just be cool to know. Mega Man 2 or 3. Mega Man 2 wasn't so bad. Mega Man 3 wasn't so bad. Mega Man 1 is hard. I think when they got to Mega Man 2, they refined the game system, so it played less clunky. Mega Man didn't drop like he weighed 3 billion pounds, because whenever Mega Man would drop, he would just be like, phew, you know, and he's like dead. All right, let's see here. Pap Stoneman says, IB Fantasy Star. Oh, no, that's the same one. Gabe, Crazy Cubano came in. He says, Konbanwa. Finally, he catches alive, this jerk. So I went to Japan with Crazy Cubano this last time. For the first and last time. No, just kidding. But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We ate a bunch of food. Crazy Cubano threw up everywhere. It was cool. All right, so let's see. The next game here, someone says, never finished Link to the Past. Wow, really? Never really had time. Never really had time to. And I hear so many great things about it. Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country. Never had a Super Nintendo as a kid, and as an adult, never put in the time to learn them well enough to finish. See, I think I beat Link to the Past because I didn't own it and I rented it, and we rented it from a place that allowed you to keep the games. I'm like, it allowed you to keep the games for 2 days. This rental place. So I had 2 days to beat that game, and I did. I beat it. I did the upside down world where you were that bunny thing, and I loved it. I didn't buy it because I had already gotten a Super Nintendo, and my parents were like, we're gonna buy you shit, but we'll rent you all the games that you want to get. So I got to rent a lot of games, which was cool. I got to play a lot of games renting as a kid, but I didn't really get to buy a whole lot. All right, let's get back to some questions here before we go on. Mega Man 2 is so much easier for me as an adult, but my first time playing it as a kid, it was so freaking hard. See, I started with most people started with Mega Man 2, so it was a very hard game. if you hadn't played any other Mega Mans. But I started with Mega Man 1. It was my first Mega Man game, and I fell in love with it. But boy, was it ever hard. So when Mega Man 2 came out, I was like, this shit is easy by comparison to Mega Man 2. Let's see here. Osaka was definitely a lot of fun. Oh, TK and Jin, did you go to Osaka? Dude, I love Osaka. It's like my favorite place in Japan. I know you went to Japan. I didn't know you went to Osaka. Oh, he went to all the places. Gamer's Life. Well, we went with the last trip. We stuck to Kobe, Nara, and Osaka, and that's it. We didn't go anywhere else.
Oh, you're right.
This last trip, we stayed only in the Kansai region. Gamer's Life says the Super Mario World and Donkey Kong comment was me. Oh, that was Lucas. Oh, okay, so you got a Super Nintendo later on in time. That makes sense. Like if I had just gotten like now, like with how life is now, I can't finish anything. All right, let's see here. Started with 3. What? Paps Open says my fingers smell like oniony cheesesteaks. Who's jealous? I'm jealous. We were just talking about that. I want to get some sort of steak. We were like, let's go. We were thinking about going to Korean barbecue to get some steak because man, I need some meat. So I have issues with gout, so I try not to eat a lot of meat all the time. But if I do, I'll wait to do it somewhere nice, like either Brazilian barbecue, because holy shit is Brazilian barbecue some amazing stuff. But my favorite thing, because it's a variety of stuff that I like, has to be Korean barbecue. If I had to pick like my number one like meat thing, it's got to be Korean barbecue. Yeah, let's go to Korean barbecue, guys. Sorry, parched.
Vegas, let's all go as a group.
Yes. So anybody who's in Vegas or planning to come down to Vegas, let's go. TK Jin says Tenzen Taiyaki. Taiyaki is that the taiyaki, the little fish thing? The little bean stuffed fish?
Yes, Timothy. Texas or Brazil is Brazilian barbecue.
Yeah, Texas to Brazil. Oh, yeah, Texas to Brazil. It's so good, man. We went to Texas to Brazil, and that was my first... Oh, no, it wasn't. There was a place called Yoli's years ago that did Brazilian barbecue. I went there, but I hadn't had it in years. And so I went to Texas to Brazil, and holy crap, was my mind blown with all the meats in my mouth. I just wanted to just keep putting meat in my mouth. It was so good. TK Jen says, churrasqueria is definitely good. Is that what you call Brazilian barbecues? Is that what it's called? It's called a churrasqueria. That would make sense. Churrascos. So my parents are Argentinian. They actually call like the steak and stuff is called churrasco. I think that's just Spanish in general. They call churrascos. Can't say no to Korean barbecue. TK Jen says yes, but in Dotonbori they had the best one there. Dude, the Dotonbori is filled with so much good food. I miss it, and I want to go back so bad. So bad. I want to go now. Jimmy says, I would slam some Brazilian barbecue, bro. Dude, Jimmy Hoppa, next time you're in Vegas visiting your family, we got to do some... They actually just opened a Brazilian barbecue place right down the street from my house. We haven't been to it yet. We're going to go check it out, and if it's good, we definitely want to go there. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Nightmare Fuel says, I'm down for that. Let's go. Oh, that's right. He is also in Vegas. Let's go, dude. We are there. Someone says...
that Cyphic will be in town tomorrow until Thursday.
Oh, will he? Well, I don't... Cyphic doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't know what that guy's doing. He's too popular for us, apparently.
Said, hell yeah, looking forward to it.
I know. Dude, let's do it, man. We are going to do it. That's going to be a thing. Jimmy Hoppa, you need to come down for Game On Expo because I'm going to set up that import gaming panel in Arizona. I'm going to make it happen. I'll make it happen. You just got to get your ass down here. And we'll ride together. Who did I miss here? I missed stuff. There's a lot of comments going on, and I'm missing them because I'm being a dick. Sorry, guys. Woo-foo-foo. Woo-foo-foo. Or W-foo-foo. WW-foo-foo. Says, what are your favorite retro spots in Vegas? Like retro game stores? Retro City Games in Las Vegas. Retro City Games is the best retro game shop in Las Vegas, hands down. They are my favorite. The owners, Doug and Nicole, are some of the coolest people you will ever meet as game store owners. They will talk to you. They're super chill. It's the best store. If you're ever in Vegas, Retro City Games on Mountain Vista in Las Vegas. Excellent store. And I'm actually doing artwork for their store. So when I do that, I'm going to do a video showing off. I'm doing like this huge like mural of video game characters for their window. And I'm going to go ahead and do a video and talk about it. But they are awesome. And I love that store. Definitely check it out. All right, here. Let's see. Gamer's Life says, you talking Rodizios? I went open a week and the service was horrible. Oh no, that's the place.
I've been hearing a ton of bad stuff.
Really?
About it.
Oh
We
no.
should just stay to Texas or Brazil.
Well, fuck it. I guess we're going to Texas or Brazil because Texas or Brazil is amazing. Damn, that sucks. So I haven't been to Rodizio's yet. Rodizio, yo. I'd like to, I guess I won't go then. If you don't recommend it, I'm not gonna go. Timothy Vreeland said something, but now it's gone. What's the best Korean barbecue places here? I like Korean Garden. Dude, Korean Garden was like our go-to spot forever. We now go to Gen because I live less than a mile from Gen. Or about a mile. I live about a mile away from Gen Korean Barbecue, so we go to Gen a lot just because I don't want to drive all the way down to Chinatown. But Korean Garden Barbecue was our spot. We all used to get together there and eat Korean barbecue at Korean Garden here in Vegas. It's awesome. Syphic is too popular for me, apparently. Syphic has a new girl. He barely speaks to anyone anymore. Yeah, he doesn't hop. He doesn't hop on to the group chat anymore. We had that whole group chat on Facebook. He doesn't hop on anymore. Genovi says, "Damn, I hope I can make the panel so I can ask annoying questions." Dude, Genovi, you should try to make it. I know you won't be able to be there Saturday, and it's probably the panels go Saturday and Sunday. So I know you said you would have to leave on Saturday, but I would like to hang out with you, dude. That would be awesome if you did come by. By the way, guys, check out Genovi's channel, please. His channel is at a different level. It's like a gamer channel. It just has like really good production value. Check his channel out if he's still here. If one of the mods can post a link. You're the only mod here, so
Yep, what is it?
Genovi's channel. So if you go to Genovi and just go to channel and grab it. I don't know if you can do it on your phone though.
I think I can do it here.
But Genovi's channel is awesome. Please check it out. And please check out Jimmy Hoppa's channel as well. I think everybody here is already on Jimmy Hoppa's channel. And actually a lot of people came from his channel to my channel. So I'm sure you guys know. Awesome. Jimmy Hoppa just posted the link to Genovi's channel. And Jimmy Hoppa, post a link to your channel too, please. Just so people can check it out. Zell says, who did I miss? Yeah, Retro City is the place to be. It sure is. DC Radiah says, Zero here is Sask to Randrick. What? He's talking to Randrick. What did I miss here? Blah, 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 blah. You hit the 3 dots next to your mom. Genovi says, oh man, you didn't have to shout me out. Dude, yeah. I'm a little guy on YouTube, but if I can shout out my friends, I'm going to shout out my friends. All right, so that's it. I'm caught up. All right, so let's go on here. There are 2 more. Someone said, Super Mario Brothers. I wasn't good enough as a kid to beat it. I haven't given it an honest try as an adult. And then that same person also says, Punch Out. I enjoy the game, but I suck at it. Oh, no, is that a different person? That might have been a different person. Somebody said, Punch Out. I enjoy the game, but I suck at it. Yeah, Punch Out's hard. If you're talking about Punch Out on the NES, dude, Mike Tyson would always kick my ass. And then somebody said, FX Unit Yuki. I just didn't have the will to complete it without my art book. I don't know who... We don't have... It doesn't give us, like, the names of the people who said that. But if I had to guess, it's either going to be Tweak or X Element X who said that. Because they're two people... You think it's X Element X? Yeah, well, he paid for it. Tweak didn't, so you're right. It's probably X Element X, who's also a Patreon. Jimmy Hoppa posted his channel. Make sure to check out Jimmy Hoppa's channel. Import Gaming for the win. He's got some new stuff brewing, according to his Twitter. Zal says, I hate this dude's live stream. Jimmy Hoppa's live stream was funny. We had someone try to ruin our Tokyo there, too. On Jimmy Hoppa's stream. Phileas says, I was the Punch-Out person. Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the NES. Yeah, dude, Mike Tyson beat the shit out of me all the time. So I never beat it either. I could never beat Mike Tyson. And it was a rare occasion whenever I actually got to Mike Tyson. Let's see here. Huh?
You were that's the same guy.
What same guy? He asked both those questions? Yeah. The Super Mario Brothers one?
No, we're talking about... We're not talking about that. We're talking about...
Punch-Out?
No, not Punch. We're talking about Ruin My Tokyo.
Oh, Ruin My Tokyo. Yes, same guy. Okay, so Ruin My Tokyo guy, Ruin Your Tokyo guy is infamous, apparently, for some stuff on the net. And he never came back after he threatened me. He threatened to ruin my Tokyo, and then he never ruined my Tokyo. I was ready for my Tokyo to be ruined, but whatever. It's fine. I guess I'm not popular enough to have like a hardcore hater. Someday I'll have my own haters. Someday.
They should explain here.
Huh? Oh.
Explain about the donations and stuff like that.
Also,
Nightmare saying next time.
Nightmare, did Nightmare even tell me? Nightmare, you didn't tell me what. No. Nightmare, did you say what you wanted? Doodle. So Nightmare actually donated. Randrick gave us a donation last week, and I doodled him a Yuko with.
That's Randrick.
Yeah, that's what I said. Randrick.
No. Nightmare. Nightmare is Gerson.
I know. His is here too.
Oh, okay.
I'm just showing off the last week's donations. These were the. So I'll doodle something for people when they donate, like $5 or more. I'll do a donation. And this is Yuko also from Valis. That one's for Randrick, and that's going in Randrick's box of goodies. And then Nightmare Eternal, who also donated last week, and he got this Jason Voorhees, which a lot of people thought was Rick from Splatterhouse. I got because we posted this on my Patreon, and a lot of people on Patreon were like, Ruben was like, oh, it's Rick from Splatterhouse. And I'm like, no, this is the original masked slasher. This is Jason Voorhees that I did for Nightmare Eternal. And thank you guys very much for your donations last week. That was awesome. Don't ruin my Tokyo. Same guy, yes. That game has some fantastic scenes at the end. I was pleasantly surprised. Which game? I don't even know anymore. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. All right, and that was all of the questions for this week. The other thing here was, this is the winners? Oh no, I don't like to look at the winners. I like it when you tell me them. Now I know who they are. All right, let's go to the next thing here. We're still talking about games that we never finished. Someone said Earthbound. I've tried several times and always lose interest. I doubt I'll ever bother trying to play through it again. I actually never played Earthbound. I played it for like 5 minutes and I was like, I'm bored, and I stopped. So the next game is Eastbook 1 and 2. I played them back in the 90s for my Turbo Duo and never got around to finishing them both. That is so sad. Please finish them, whoever you are. Whoever the Eastbook 1 and 2 guy is, because that is the whole reason I got into PC Engine. And I love Eastbook 1 and 2, and it's such a good game. It was such a great story. So if you get a chance, finish him. If you don't have a Turbo Duo anymore, pick it up on the PCP, on the PSP. There's a remake on the PSP that's really good. Let's see here. Is it me? PCP. Get yourself some PCP and crack. That game has some fantastic scenes. I mean, it ain't far off. Haha. Gaiaris is what I was talking about earlier. Oh, Gaiaris. Yeah, Gaiaris is a totally awesome schmet. Colin, what are you talking about? Colin, send me some Vegemite so I can dip my Tim Tams in. We can at least get Tim Tams here in America. Pap Stobin says, Phantasy Star 2's ending effed up my shit as a kid. It should be me. Is I the winningest? No, you're not the winningest. You lost. Get out of here. I'm just kidding. Newbie Guy says, oh, that's you. PCP is awesome, right? Keeps me going all day. I know a guy who can provide you with the goods. I got the goods. Did you announce the winner of last week's contest, Kenny Lauderdale? No, that's coming up next. Give me like 5 minutes here. We're still doing answering the questions, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Colin says, okay, I'll hook you up with some Cheezels and Vegemite. Yes!
I love Cheezels.
Dude, we both love Cheezels. I love Cheezels. Give me that, like, MSG. They call MSG something else in Australia. It's like, if you look in the side box of Cheezels, it's like Flavor Enhancer 146 or something. And apparently that's MSG. All right, let's get to the next game. Reluctant Hero put his name here. That's smart. So we know it was him. That's another thing. If you guys answer questions, if you put your names here, we can see who they are, because the thing doesn't tell us. It only counts your entry, but it doesn't tell us who you are. We only know if you win. That's the only way we know if you answered one of these, is if you're one of the winners. Otherwise, it doesn't tell us. We only get names when people win. Reluctant Hero says, one retro game I never finished, but I wish I had, is Secret of Evermore for the SNES. Love that game, but had to give it back to my friend during high school and never bought my own copy. So Secret of Evermore was an interesting duck. It was like Squaresoft's Secret of Mana, developed here in America or something like that. And the game starts off really strong and solid, and I never beat it either, but I started getting bored halfway through the game. It just kind of lost my interest after that, but it's a good game. All right, let's go ahead and finish these so we can announce the winners. The next game, somebody said Castlevania 3, but the American version is way harder than the Japanese version one, so I got my ass handed to me by Dracula. I know almost all NES games were harder than their Japanese counterparts, and that was because of the rental system here, because people were allowed to rent games. So in order for people to circumvent that, developers would make games harder so that you didn't beat them in one sitting when you went to rent it. So that way when you didn't beat the game, you were like, fuck, I still want to play it, and then you'd go and buy it. You know, I was hardcore like that, and I would just beat the game if I rented it, if I really liked it.
Randrick said, hey, that's me.
Randrick said...
Me. Hey, that's me.
Which one?
The last one you were, I think.
Castlevania 3? That's Randrick? Yeah, and the North American versions were always harder because of the whole rental system thing. Let's see here. Yeah, Contra Hardcore. Yeah, Contra Hardcore is hard too. Oh my god, Contra Hardcore is ridiculous. Secret of Evermore's entire script was rewritten a few weeks before it was supposed to ship. It's famous in the prototype world. Everyone wants to play the uncensored version. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a uncensored prototype of that game. So, you know, I learned something too today. And then somebody simply said Metroid on Game Boy. And then somebody else simply said Battletoads.
That was George.
Was it really? Battletoads is... Battletoads. Battletoads is a hard-ass game. I don't think I ever beat Battletoads either. If you want to say Battletoads. Alright. Now, let's see here. The next question here was... Saru with red hair, yes or no? Did you just couldn't think of anything else?
I had to do it the last second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like...
Saru with red hair. Answers were... 5 people said yes. 1 person said no. 4 people said I want to touch his hair. And then 4 people said ruin my Tokyo. Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. All right. And the last... Oh, there's 2 more. Yeah. 2 more questions. The next question was choose best console controller. Number 1 answers said Saturn. Number 2 answers said Super Famicom. Number 3 said GameCube. Really? GameCube? And then number 4 said PC Engine, which is, yeah, PC Engine is controller is super basic, right? It's not like the most whatchamacallit, advanced controller, but the PC Engine also came out in 1987. We still have, how many people does it say for you guys? Because it's showing me that we have 27 people here. Do we still have 29 on your end? Man. That's pretty good. All right, and the last question here was choose the best memory card. I don't know what the choices were, but number 1 was Dreamcast, and that was obviously because the Dreamcast had a screen. So yeah, that's probably going to be the best memory card. Then people said PS2, and then people said PlayStation 1. I think that if Pocket Station was an answer that was on here, that probably would have been second, because it also had like little doobery buttons that you can play with. And Yeah, like the Dreamcast is the VMU. All right, here, let's see. Somebody asked. Oh shit, people are asking me questions. Sorry guys, I'll go back before I announce the winners. Let me just get back to these questions. The Japanese version of Contra Hardcore is stupid expensive. Haha. It's also easier too, isn't it? Castle Vampire Kiss always kicked my ass, says Colin Swinburne. Randrick says, I wanted to get the Japanese version of Contra. Shit. I lost it again. Kenny Lauderdale says, have you played Umihara Kawase? I have, and I actually just got Sayonara Umihara Kawase in English by Strictly Limited Games. I haven't opened this yet because I have my backlog. I have such a sad amount of unsealed games still because I'm trying to get to them, but time does not allow. But yes, I do have this version of Umihara Kawase. I also have it for the Super Famicom, and I also have it for the PS1. And I was introduced to Umihara Kawase from a booby fishing from a PlayStation demo magazine back in 1994. Had this and a Resident Evil 2 demo on it. All right, that is all the questions here. We're gonna go ahead and get to the winners because we're getting close to that time. Booby fishing, that is. Yeah, she's... You know, actually, Umihara Kawase didn't have such big tits before the recent games. Her boobies weren't really that big back in the Super Famicom and PlayStation games. She had nice little classy boobies, and now they're like... She's... Like, what is that game? Blade Strangers? And Blade Strangers, every time she moves, it's like... Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to our winners here. Oh, you have them? Okay, so... I didn't look at them, so you can go ahead and tell me. First winner is... Robert E. Robert E., you are a winner. And if you are here, let us know.
The answer was the choose your best controller. It was the PC Engine.
And he won with answering a question. So make sure you guys answer questions because those are good ways to win. He won. His answer for the best controller, I'm guessing in his opinion, was the
winningest.
It was the PC Engine. Robert E., you are the winningest.
The winningest.
All right. Number 2 is
Anthony Still.
Anthony what? S?
Anthony S.
Anthony S., if you are here, you are the second winner of this week's VGST Live. So if you are here, make yourself known.
Bonus entry.
He won with the bonus entry. What bonus? Is he a Patreon?
No, it's just a bonus entry.
What was the bonus entry?
Bonus entry is if you do 2 or more, you get a bonus entry.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So these people might want to know that. So apparently, if you do 2 or more entries on Gleam, you can get 1 more entry. So you can get 3 or more. You get 1 bonus entry just by answering 2 or more. So make sure to do that, and maybe you can get a chance to win.
I believe you mispronounced my name just then.
You already won, Colin. Shut up. You might win next week though. He won. What did he picked? He won. He picked Bakumatsu Rock for the PSP. Bakumatsu Rock is a really fun rhythm game. I really liked it. Like the guys like lose their clothes and stuff in it when they do when they rock out so hard that their clothes like blast off because they're rocking out so hard they just can't keep their clothes on. But the game is super cool. A lot of good music, and I actually really like a lot of the music. I bought a bunch of like the CDs for it. Like music CDs and single CDs and like special editions. It's a really fun game. All right.
These contests are pay to win?
No, these contests are free for everybody. There is never any there's never anything paid for on this channel ever. And the people who donate to Patreon, they usually donate to get stuff in return. So on the Patreon, my $5 people, they get what's called the Saru Print Club, which they will be getting January's this week. And every other week, I do a set of 3 prints and a bonus sticker every other month for the people on Patreon. But all this is free. All this is free. We give away these games that we buy. We give them away for free for anyone who wants to enter. We ship them to you. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. We'll ship it. Colin is all the way in Australia, and we shipped him his. The shipping costs more than what the actual game costs. But it's not a problem because we're doing this for you guys. So it doesn't matter where you are. We will ship it to you unless it's a place where like mail doesn't actually get to you. But it's free to join, and it's just something that I want to do to give back. And it's fun because we get to do these like question things, and we love doing these every week. I say this every week. I sound like a broken record, but I love doing the giveaways because we get to do the questions, and it's just a good, fun, interactive way to talk with everybody. You know, because I don't like personally, I'm not a big fan of going to streams where like I'm just watching people do stuff and they don't interact with me. I like being interacted with. So like if I go on a stream and I'm talking to somebody, I like to know that they eventually see what I'm saying. Even if they like sometimes they'll miss it, you know, and that's fine, but we try to talk to everybody all the time. And that's why I have Jesse here. He's my second set of eyes for it, and he's also, you know, my executive producer for all the Yuki stuff. So he helps out with that, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him. So thank you, Jesse, for everything you do. And Colin Swinburne says, I like to corrupt shit. What do you like to corrupt?
Said, how is that Toki for the Nintendo Switch? I have been curious about it.
It's good. If you like Toki, if you liked the old Toki game, you will love this one. They don't really add anything to it. It is just the base Toki game with remixed music or remastered music. I don't know how would you want to call it. And redone graphics, HD graphics. And if you liked the original, you'll love it for sure. He wants to corrupt my Tokyo. You can't corrupt my Tokyo. You can only ruin it. That's the only option. Huh?
I like when the streamer says my name. Feels nice. Real nice.
Real nice. DC retire. Oh, creeper like.
Alright.
Alright, so we have reached... Did we reach the 2-hour mark already? We have. We have, and we have done everybody. We have done them all. And that's it, right? I guess we're not going to do the doodle because Nightmare never told us what he wanted for a doodle.
We'll do it next week when we
so
start the
next
stream.
week we'll start doing a doodle for Nightmare if he tells me what he wants, and I'll doodle it for him.
We can do it before and then show it off.
Yes, sir. All right. So what are we doing? Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We've hit the 2-hour mark on our stream. Make sure to join us every Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For your chance to win. Make sure to enter that Glean contest. We give away 2 games every week. So we'll see you all next time. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. And bye-bye.